Yo, what's up? It's been a while since I've done one of these sketchbook tours. So I actually have this one and another one I've been working on. It's in a smaller sketchbook than this, and then I have this that I've not finished yet. But as soon as I finish this, I'm gonna, post that one too. But yeah, I've just been working in this. It's not a huge. It's just like it's not really even a sketchbook. It's just like a sketch pad, like a layout pad. But I just thought I should just show some of the stuff that I've been doing in here. It's not been like one specific topic. It's just been a bunch of random stuff that I've been working on. But I have a bunch of sketchbooks on the go at once, so some of it is from different times, because I work in here, then I work in this, then I work on just loose sheets, then I work in my other sketchbook. So yeah. But yeah, let's get straight to it. All right. This drawing is actually from like a project that I was working on before. Just wanted to draw like a boss fight scene and stuff like that. So this is just a sketch. So some of the stuff for this, when I was coming up with certain things, will be in my other sketchbook tour. And I should probably post that like very soon after this. But yeah, I was just drawing like a monster and stuff like that, and a character and whatever. Doing some object drawing with rendering. Yep. It's a very empty page, that one. Same with this. I was doing cars, some hand breakdown stuff. Alright, here's the more fuller pages. This is all anatomy studies. I did for this, for this sketchbook, I used quite a lot of the pages for mostly anatomy studies from only one book, and this is all torso stuff, and style studies mostly. That's what I was using it for. Also, I just did some, fun sketching in there as well. But all this stuff, or most of it, all this stuff is things that I've studied from Morpho Anatomy, Morpho Simplified Forms, the book. And yeah, I've just been studying from that. I've been trying to take the approach of just studying one thing at a time. Like studying, because before I was looking at a bunch of different books at the same time, but what I'm going to do is just work through the whole of this book until I finish. This was preliminary sketches. I was trying to do like a still life drawing, so I was trying to figure out what type of composition I wanted, and then back to the torsos and stuff. But yeah, I've been trying to work through that whole thing to try and understand everything in that whole book, and then I'll move on to another resource after I finish it, after I get to the end of it. But really a lot of this is sketches that from the reference from the book, like diagrams and stuff, and then me just trying to rotate it and do it from imagination in different positions and stuff like that, so I really understand it. But yeah, it's a lot of just similar stuff. Here's a still life with some rendering on there I did. This was actually for my for application to school, so they needed a drawing test stuff, so that was that page. And then straight back to the torso. Yeah, really had fun learning the pectoral muscles. Still struggling with that connection between the rib cage and the pelvis, but I'm definitely getting it more now these days. Here's some more composition stuff for still life. And then back to the torsos again. And here I was just messing around with some face stuff and rendering stuff and stuff like that. And then a little bit more of heads, facial features and proportions and stuff like that. Here I was practicing or studying female torsos, and this stuff is tough, man. All this anatomy stuff is difficult to me, but I mean, just practicing a lot and having fun with it is gradually, I'm gradually learning it. So yeah. It's all just studies from the same book. I stayed on that torso section for quite a long time because I was just drawing page after page just on the same the same part, trying to just understand it. I've also been, oh, this is an interesting spot. So for my comic project I've been working on, I was coming up with designs for my character and stuff like that. So I have a robot character in there, so I was doing like, you know, how I wanted certain things to look in his torso and his head and stuff like that. Trying to, you know, just messing around with design stuff. So I have quite a few pages of that. So here's some of the torso designs. What I would do, I had like a reference sheet, so I would just put different elements from different references together, see what I like together. Here's some arm stuff for that robot character, and then here's some weapon design stuff. A lot of this was just straight from reference of like sci-fi weapons and stuff like that. And I even did my character's arm holding my rifle. And then here's even more leg stuff, leg design things, and then just did some face sketching. And coming up with some clothing stuff for characters within my thing, and head structures too. And then I was having fun, just I was having like during this time I was, you know, trying to fix like my mindset when it came to art, because I was getting frustrated easily and stuff like that, and it just resulted in me not really drawing a lot or as much as I feel like I should have. So I was just starting to try and, you know, have more fun with drawing, and, you know, doing style studies, and, you know, not really being too bothered about making the best work all the time, because obviously as I'm just learning, so I'm not gonna, you know, just be good instantly. I need to just be cool with that. So I was just doing some style studies, just having fun with it. And same again here, you can see a little bit of rendering stuff too. And even more, what I like doing is taking characters, like this is Sasuke, right, and just changing the style of the face a little bit in a way that, you know, I want to draw it and stuff, rather than just straight copying it, just drawing in different styles. There's another one, it's a pretty popular panel of from Jujutsu Kaisen. And yeah, just even more of the same, just messing with style stuff, just having fun with it really. And even more, I really like this one. I like this hair style. That's a really cool hairstyle. I want to draw more of that. And then back to sketching more torsos. I was messing with all different types of ways of drawing hairstyles. I would do it completely differently now though. I don't really understand how to draw the textures properly. But yeah, more torso studies. Anatomy stuff, just a bunch of anatomy stuff. I was just drawing pages on pages of the anatomy. Trying to rotate it, here's from the side, a bit from the back, a bit from the front, above. Moving the positions of things, so this arm is just going straight, this one's going a bit down, this one's going a bit up. No. Really trying to, you know, understand where things connect and how to move, you know, move the muscles with different poses. Spent a long time studying the scapula and how the deltoid connects to scapula, stuff like that. His style studies from Samurai Champloo. I watched Samurai Champloo for the first time recently, and it was sick, bro. I just really loved it. So I was doing a lot of style studies from that. I love that style. So yeah, there's some more. And then back to more anatomy stuff. Still doing like rendering, like practice here and there from imagination, because this stuff is fun too. And then, you know, just keep going with the anatomy. Keep going with the anatomy. Oh, these two are studies from Takehiko Inoue. That guy's my favorite like manga artist, my favorite comic artist at the moment. Like in terms of, you know, technical art. So I was just looking at the way he was drawing stuff, and it's very sick to me. There's gonna be, I think, more of that type of more studies of his stuff later in here. But yeah, I really like these two drawings of his, so I just copied them. More torso stuff, just trying to rotate things, draw it from different angles and stuff like that, having fun with it. And then here I was revisiting mannequins and posing in perspective, because I realized that I was really struggling with it. So that's the main thing for the rest of this that I was really trying to get down. And I'm still practicing it. But yeah, doing a lot of mannequins from different angles and poses, trying to get the basics down, because I realized my thought process was like, I was like, all this anatomy stuff that I'm doing, it's not really helpful from imagination if I can't, you know, draw it simply first. So that's that. Started doing the more basic poses. Still doing anatomy studies as well, but I just want to solidify, you know, be more solid with drawing figures in space, and, you know, just basic figures in space. So just having fun. What I was doing is, for example, I get a pose like this, right? Then I'll draw it from behind and draw it from the side and below, and then just a low angle and a high angle, you know, just rotating. So I'll get one pose and just rotate it. That's a really fun exercise to do. That's probably my favorite exercise to do in terms of a mannequin. And then yeah, it's more similar stuff. It's a simple walk-in pose. Do it from above. Try and do it from below. This is horror though, but it is what it is. Just trying to practice placing stuff on the ground plane too, which an exercise I did way later towards the end of this actually helped me way more with that than anything else. But yeah, draw something from the front, then also do it from the back. I even took the arms off because I realized the legs was the main thing that I was struggling with. So I did a bunch of drawings where I was just not really worried about the arms, just placing the legs on the ground plane. But yeah, here's some stuff from like I was still doing mannequin practice, but I was also doing some stuff for my comics. So you can see this guy, this is like, you know, I was messing with the design of a character and how to pose him and stuff like that. And there's another torso for that character again. And his head as well. But yeah, and then I spent quite a lot of time working on that comic project, and I might make some videos on that too, but I don't know, I might just keep it low-key also, because it's not the best. I'm just making it just, you know, just for fun, because it's just something I wanted to make. And I'm also going to submit it for one of my school projects. So yeah, I was just doing more mannequins, more anatomy stuff, more face studies, and some pose stuff too. Some just really just focusing on the shapes, because it was just a really sick pose to me that I saw in like a YouTube video. And then here we go again, more of the mannequin. Or for example, get this pose, rotate. This pose, rotate, 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 rotate as much as I can. Yep, more of the same. Just rotating poses over and over and over again. Like just a basic standing one. I'll do it from low, high, higher, higher. You know, I'll do this pose from reference, and then do this one from higher. Just do, you know, just rotating. That's all it is. I was just trying to understand everything in 3D space properly. And eventually, I want to, you know, once I get it down with just a simple box man, I want to make it more organic, include a little bit more of the anatomy and stuff like that. And then more anatomy studies here. Oh, and then I moved on to studying the arms, which I've been having a lot of fun doing. Arms are difficult for me though. It's not really the upper arm, it's the forearm and the, you know, supination and pronation. That's what's confusing to me, but I'm gradually getting there, doing a lot of studies of it. So a bunch of studies of that. and more studies of that. I like this simple like interlocking forms. More of the same. Just breaking it down into the different sections: bicep, deltoid, bicep, tricep, brachioradialis, extensor, flexor. And then more just different. This is just having fun, just sketching heads in different styles and stuff like that. And then rotating a bunch of mannequins again. And just more of the same: anatomy studies, mannequins, and style studies, or style practice, and just, you know, drawing heads from imagination. And then here I was just having fun, just drawing a bunch of heads from imagination. And arm studies, we're coming towards the end now. Yeah, more arms. And then here, so I started drawing mannequins in perspective grids. And this is what really helped me. I realized that I wasn't paying enough attention to my like, you know, parallels in perspective, and that's what was messing me up with you know, placing my characters in ground planes and stuff like that. So yeah, so I practiced that quite a bit. You know, practicing stuff like this all the time can get frustrating, but it's needed. So I'll just do it here and there when I can. But yeah, like for example, this is a good example of, you know, placing it in a ground plane in perspective. And same here, I like this one. I just drew the mannequin, placed it on the ground plane, and then drew one, you know, further back in space, but on the same ground plane. The same here, same for all of them. And then here, just getting poses, rotating them, poses, rotate, rotate. All just a bunch of the same. Even though these poses are difficult to rotate, I mean, is what it is. And then here, more of the same, just getting poses, changing them up. Try putting some anatomy on top of one of them, and same a bit here with some cloth and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it was fun. That's everything, I think. But yeah, I like the sketchbook. It was fun to draw in here. I only used one side of the paper because look, it's so thin. You can like, maybe it doesn't show up well on the camera, but you can see right through the other side. Especially when here I was using HB pencils, but earlier on, like much earlier on, I was using 2Bs. Oh, you can't really see it on the camera, but on in person you can see all the way through the page. I can literally see in detail what I was drawing on the other side. So I just stuck to using one side of the paper because it's layout paper, so it's really like easy to. It's like transparent paper or semi-transparent paper. But yeah, so that's what I was doing. Some of the pages actually fell out. If you saw at the front, you see it says 80 sheets, and we didn't count 80 pages, but a few of the pages fell out. So I've been just storing them in here, in this little binder that I'll probably show more of later. But this has all my loose sheets from a while ago because I've not bought one of these binders in a while. But all the sheets that fell out of here, I'll show them in this one whenever I do a tour of it. But yeah, man, thank you for watching the video. I hope it was interesting to see the progress from start to finish of this. I'll be posting my other sketchbook. It's a little red sketchbook soon. But yeah, if you enjoyed it and you want to see more like progress videos and sketchbook tours and study videos, that's mostly what I post, then, you know, subscribe. I have a Discord server you can join if you're interested. What else? Oh, I recently started posting on Instagram, so if you're interested in that, you can go and follow me on Instagram. I just post like every day or every 2 days, like just whatever sketches I have. Whatever, you know, sketches I've been doing and studies, and I post some of my comic work stuff too on there. So if you're interested in that, then yeah, definitely give me a follow on there. But yeah, thanks for watching. It was fun going through this, and yeah, in a bit.